But there you go. So anyhow, start the video, Tom. Got to be joyful now. Right, so here we are. Yeah. Anyhow, here we are. We're at Cowden. It's the 18th of October. It's just started to rain, which isn't very pleasing. I've walked all the way to the right because I had the brainwaver coming down the cliff where I wanted to fish in a big hole. And by the time I got down and my boots looked like that after being washed, by the time I got onto the sand, there was someone else who had walked the proper way on the path and had beat me down on the beach and was fishing where I was going to fish. Not happy at all. So I've trudged all the way down there. They're down there. I've trudged all the way to the right and I'm fishing here. Gonna get access here and then walk up and fish from the top. But it is raining, so I don't know how long I'm gonna be here for, because I don't really want to get my camera wet, even though it's brand new and it's waterproof and I ain't got a plastic bag, so I've got to keep taking it off and on all the time. So GoPro 8, I've got a new camera. I'll talk to you about that later. If I don't talk to you about that in this video, I'll talk about it in another video. Sure, I'll bore you, but there you go. So yeah, I'm at Cowden. Not really feeling it. Not really feeling it. I tried to go to Hillston, couldn't get down. Absolute sheer drops on the cliffs. All the platforms that were there are now gone, so couldn't fish there. So I decided to come here. What I should have done was gone to Tunstall, but I didn't. So bit of water on the lens, is that? Yeah. So yeah, so I'm at Cowden and yeah, I'm not feeling it. But I'll talk about that later. Let's get this rod sorted. Let Tom put the intro in, I suppose. Cut some of that out, Tom, because that's bloody waffling on. Anybody watches that at the start, they're just going to click off it, mate. Click off it, aren't they? What a load of waffle. Right, well, first cast as I was taught by my mate Alan. So let's see how it go. I'll just put this down there and go get my rod. Well, I've been practicing every day. As soon as you put a rod in your hand and you've got a weight and some heaviness on the back end, didn't go to plan. I felt as though I compressed the rod. I looked down, as I always do, Alan, but in the garden I ain't been doing that. I have been casting and still looking up and seeing the top of my stick. But what happened there was when I started pulling into it to cast it, it felt really heavy, which obviously means, as you said, I was loading the rod up. But as soon as I felt that, because I've never felt it before for a long time, since you were showing me towards the end of our lesson, I looked down, it went low and left. But things are looking up, aren't they? So yeah, it's all right practicing in your garden with a stick. There's nothing better than it, giving you muscle memory and everything, but it just feels different once you've got a weight on, so it'll come. I was gonna this weekend go to Lincolnshire Coast and do some practice casting on the beach, but it's a long old drive. It's an hour and 20 minutes. It's now raining yet again. Yeah, not really into it today, but we'll see how it go. I'm out there, we'll see what happens. I'm only doing one rod at the minute. That's how there's lots of reasons why I ain't feeling it, and yeah, it's nearly raining really hard now, which I'll talk about next. So I'll be back in a bit. So this is Cowden. Let me just show you, just in case I don't come back. Well, it's raining. I ain't happy it's raining because the weather was for no rain today. It's going to rain Tuesday, Wednesday. Monday, no rain. Even on the BBC, no rain. You know, perhaps they ought to try and get something right. But yeah, I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. Whether it's because I've had a long break. I think it was 2 weekends. 2 weeks ago I had a casting lesson with Alan, thank you very much. And a lot of things have happened in that period. Well, it was this week, last week. That's been 3 weekends ago, sorry. Ooh. Three weekends ago I last went fishing. That's right, we fished at the after. We had a casting lesson for about 3 hours and then we fished, me and Tom. So I ain't done nothing since then, and a few things have happened that you'll know about. Tom's dog's not very well. Didn't put video out. The week before that, the video that we put out, which obviously videos take a lot of effort and time, on my side and on Tom's side, and video didn't do very well. Now people might have been on holiday, I don't know, but it just grates at you a little bit sometimes, because my videos always do well. I've got some fantastic, well, all my subscribers are fantastic, subscribing to this, look at it. But YouTube, it all started off for me, so there was a record of me for when I'm dead and gone. As morbid as it sounds, that's what it is. It's just true to life. But then as YouTube picks up, it becomes a bit of a drug. Just ask Shane. You know, it's nice to keep getting subscribers and stuff, but as Troy said the other week in one of his videos, he felt as though his videos fell off a cliff. He's not getting subscribers or anything. And it's been a little bit static for us as well, me and Tom. I said to Tom a few weeks ago, not getting many subscribers, are we? And he said it's static. So yeah, we had a few weeks ago, but it's very slow. Other channels are growing, but yeah, it's slow on mine. I expect if I look at the analytics, it'll say that there's a huge percentage of people that watch the videos who haven't subscribed. So if you haven't switched off already, go and subscribe. But I don't know how long I'm going to be here, to be honest. I don't know, because I'm not feeling it. Might just be a case that I've had 3 weeks off and or 2.5 weeks off, whatever you want to call it, and there's been a lot going on, so I don't know. All I can say is I'm not feeling it. This rain don't help either. I've got a brand new camera which GoPro have sent me because my camera buggered up. It was still usable, but it was just getting worse and worse every time I used it, so that's gone. I've got a GoPro 8 now. Didn't have no choice on what camera to get, they just told me that's what I'm having. So better than nothing, I suppose. Pleased with their service. You always want it to come quicker than it does, don't you? But yeah, GoPro's aftercare service, if it's in warranty, was second to none, you know. Hard work getting hold of him. I'm not saying it's perfect, but yeah, no, I didn't have to argue or anything, because a lot of people, when you start not moaning or saying that there's something wrong with their product, they like to defend it, don't they? You know, it's as though you're saying something about the children or something, that they got bloody big ears or something, you know. And before anyone says out, I've got big ears. But yeah, GoPro's service was very good. Well happy with that. But yeah, what can I say? I'm just not feeling it. I could just pack my gear up and go and drive them, to be honest. That's how I feel. I've got one rod out. I'm not putting a second out. I can't be arsed. I've got to get all my gear up there, which is slippery. You got to forget about your gear getting muddy, because look at the bottom of my bag. Absolutely covered. But yeah, picture on this camera, on this GoPro 8, is far better than the 7. Far better. Oh dear. And when I put the card in also, we had it on 120 frames, whatever that means, on 1080. And I only had 4 hours recording on the card. So when Tom reduced it down to 60 frames, I had 5 hours. So I might reduce it down to 30 frames and I might have 7 hours. That'll be a bonus. Might get 2 trips on one, 2 fishing trips on one card. But yeah, so what can I say? We're here at Cowden. There's a bloke gone down there and he's fishing on the cliff, and matey behind the beach who where I was going to fish, but he beat me to it. He's not going to have so much room now, is he? I've just got to make sure I can get up here and I can fish up the top there, and I think I can get up the cliff. We'll give it some time, we'll give it an hour or so, see what happens. But yeah, like I say, not feeling it. Could go home and just fish the river, to be honest. 50 minutes away, fish the river, a lot easier for me. If I don't get a bay, something to moan about, isn't it? I've got to go up and down that cliff a few times. I hope them stones hold out. So I've got some more stones down there, I might. Yeah, so yeah, look. If you clicked onto this video, thank you very much. If you're not cutting your wrists up to now with what you've watched, please consider subscribing. Some videos are better than others. All my videos are good, to be honest, I think. I've got plenty of people that like my videos, and that's what I do YouTube for, to be honest. The comments that I get are second to none. I get a lot of comments, you know, a lot of comments. I answer all comments unless one slips past, and then I pick it up 7 weeks later or 4 months, but it's very rare. I answer all comments. And yeah, what a great bunch of followers I have. Well, subscribers that I have, not followers, that's another channel. What a great bunch of subscribers I have that support my channel. I'd like to thank all of you for doing that. But I ain't feeling it. And now I ain't doing nothing, because there's plenty of people out there say, oh, I'll do this, do that, do the other, and whatever. But if I ain't feeling it, I lose interest in it, and then I'll just come fishing, I think, and just fish, and then just film when I feel like filming, I think. But at the minute, I think it's because I've had 3 weeks off. A lot's been going on in between, and I think that's it. I think I need to meet up with my mates and fish, but I just want to fish somewhere that's nice. I don't want to fish weedy places and stuff like that. I just want to fish somewhere nice, I think, and sit and see how it goes. Have some banter. We'll see how what that does. See whether that infuses me. But yeah, could have this on for ages, me moaning and groaning, couldn't I? But I ain't gonna. But I will do a bit more probably. But yeah, now hopefully once I get back and I do another trip and another trip and another trip, I'll get in the groove again, won't I? But if it carries on like this, yeah, you got to consider what you're doing, ain't you? I'll always upload. I will always upload videos, but whether it's every week or just when I go fishing, I don't know. Well, I do know I'm going to keep uploading, but at this moment in time, I tell you what it's like. If someone come down there and give me a load of grief, yeah, I'd just say fuck it. Do you know what? Fuck off. And I'd pack my gear up and be gone, and then advertise my bait in my freezer, I reckon. Bit silly when I just got a new GoPro. Thank you very much, GoPro, for sending me this. It's my last one. I managed to contact them on the day my warranty was running out. How lucky was that? And they actually answered, so it took me a day and a half to contact them. And but yeah, brilliant. Well happy with this, but yeah, no, not feeling it. We'll feel it soon. Tommy, gonna have to edit this because some of this is a bit bloody goes on a bit. We don't want all this in there, Tom, with me go and grumble. So I'm going to end this now. That's what feels so bloody heavy casting. Don't know why. Nothing's going right. Didn't do that right either. It's weird, isn't it? You work all the time with a stick in your back garden and other places, and you're getting it perfect, you come here and it just feels totally different. It just feels as though I'm dragging a brick. So whether I'm loading the rod up, and that's the feeling I'm getting, and it feels totally alien to me, but that's cocking the rest of the cast up. Well, don't know what happened there, Tom. I expect I was mumbling and grumbling. I don't think I said anything I shouldn't have said. In quite a good frame of mind, just aren't feeling it fishing, that's the only thing. So I'm up the cliff now, because what happens is, could possibly be alright down there, I don't know, don't think so, but if you leave it to the last minute, perhaps he didn't go like that, it must have been something else. It's all a rush, and the last thing you want to be doing is rushing. I had one shot up that cliff with them stones that I put in the cliff wall. Maybe get a shot going down, wait for tide go out so I can go down there. But I'm going to go and check up there and see if I've got a get down, because then I could just walk along the cliff to the car. That's what I'm hoping anyhow. I think that might take me into the farmer's field. Plenty of ledges along here, as you can see. Plenty of places, it's just getting up. You do need some sort of spade, really. Now where I got down and got my boots all covered in mud, there's a bloke just did a pendulum cast down there, so he's fishing down there. And there is a ridge of sand as well, which is probably about 1.5 foot higher than the beach. So perhaps he'll be safe on that, I don't know. But there was nothing behind that ridge of sand for me to get up like there was there. There was a place further nearer that fisherman that's down there, but I thought I'd be too close to him, so that's why I've come down there. I'm up there, quite safe. I've got a place there that I can reel in. It is slippery, you have to be careful. There we go. So this is the outcrop where I'm stood. I can reel my fish in there if I'm going to catch any. If this rain keeps off, then I shall carry on fishing, I think. I've noticed that the battery's getting low on this camera, and I'm going to use it until it runs out, because I don't know how long these batteries last with the GoPro 8. It's all a bit of a learning curve with the camera. I can use it, and because the camera ain't messing me about, everything's fine. I ain't getting stressed with it, so that's a good point, isn't it? Something not to get stressed about. Yeah, that GoPro 7 is apparently, when I went on the internet, it was having hardware problems. A lot of people were having the same issues, so they don't make them anymore. You can't buy them from GoPro. All right, let's get this rod up, because it's a bit precarious. Just had to take the battery out of the GoPro for it to be able to turn on. Seems like it's starting off how the last GoPro, the GoPro 7, finished. So let's hope that's just a technical glitch. I've already said this once, but I forgot to press the bloody record button. So just want a camera that works. Switch on, say what I need to say, switch it off, go home. Tom edits, and everything's rosy. That's all I want. I am more into this now. The GoPro's now jarred me off though. I must admit, I'm gonna bear it down. I'm gonna keep calm. I'm not gonna let it wind me up. I'm not gonna start getting loud and getting wound up. I'm just gonna put it over there just to calm down. I was gonna say that fishing's absolutely brilliant for clearing your mind. I could say mental health, but I don't know a lot about mental health, apart from I'm possibly, well, I don't know. It's just good to go fishing to clear your mind sometimes, you know. And I'm the sort of person sometimes needs to clear his mind. Not saying that I'm, yeah, see, you can't even talk about it, can you? So yeah, I like to come fishing to clear my mind, and I like the excitement that you get from doing well on YouTube. That's what I like. Absolutely glorious weather here. Not necessarily with the rain, but the sea conditions, look. It's absolutely fantastic. So I think I might have a fish on there. We'll wait for a bit better bite. Yeah, so yeah, if sometimes you get a bit wound up like I do, and moan a bit like I do, and get so wound up sometimes that you end up ranting, looking like a crazy person, then yeah, fishing's good for you, because you can come, and once you've got a bit of mooning and ranting out of the way, you can enjoy the fish. So this is what you expect from my videos. Basically not a lot of fish catching, but sometimes I do. I do go to nice places, different places that are a little bit extreme on my scale of extreme. Some bees head being the extreme one, should I say? Don't want to say that word, do we? Cut that word, Tom. Go beep. So yeah, fishing's good for you. You can generally, if you get a good drive home and nobody winds you up, you go home quite relaxed and chilled. But you are in the lap of the gods, really. My last bait that I chucked out there was strip. I had 4 lugs on there and a squid. Bait elasticed up and it's gone. So I'm going to get another bait ready in a minute. I'm not going to show you that. You've seen me do that plenty of times. But yeah, I'd love to catch a fish today. There's cod coming out of there. Been cod coming out all summer, to be honest. Big cod as well. There was cod caught in June, July, August, September, October. They're caught every month on this coast. But the cod are now coming in. There's quite a few showing up. So I've come over this side on the cliff so that I can cast over that side. Hopefully it'll go well. Just give it a shot. I'm not putting no effort into it. I'm just going to try and cast. Let's show you what it's like. So here's me, and there's the cliff, and the water's coming in onto the cliff. If you look down that way, the water's already hitting the cliffs. So what I'm hoping for really is that the water hits the cliff and it shoots up in the air a bit so you can see it. But yeah, that way there was a chap in that blue tent who turned up, and he just set up there to fish it. But it's nice and still, nice conditions. As people would say, oh, it's looking coddy. Well, I don't know. Time will tell. Apparently there's a fish coming out at Easington Saturday. Well, I know there was Saturday. Apparently there was some cod coming out on Sunday. There was a competition at Dimlington apparently, and somebody won it at Dimlington, and all these middle beaches weren't really doing a lot. So but yeah, let's keep optimistic. Let's hope we get a fish. You can only but try. Keep that rod and rigs in the water, and hopefully it'll happen. So hopefully we'll get some water smashing up the cliff. Will be good. Well, on there was full lugworm and a whole squid. Bait elastic on and it's gone. It must be Crab City out there. I was told when I come here, you're going to have to fight through hundreds of whiting, Vernon, to get to the cod. Well, wouldn't it be nice to get a whiting? Looks like there's lots of crabs out there, so I'll get this changed and cast out again. That cast went right, but it went a long way. It's the furthest cast I've done. Didn't try to put anything in it. On a slippery surface, which is clay. Well, battery went dead. Yeah, that was a good cast. I didn't try and do anything to it. I didn't feel any restriction when I was casting. You know, that heavy feeling that I felt earlier, Alan, and to anybody else out there. I was on uneven ground, clayey, slippery. I just didn't want to fall. Gentle cast, and it's gone out quite a long way, further than all the other casts have gone. This is only my third cast. Baits are coming back stripped. I'm putting on big baits, which are lugworm and squid. It's not the best lugworm. I'm having the same problem again. It is lugworm that I have used and took them and refrozen, but I do wrap it up in tin foil in the paper so that the frost don't get to it. But yeah, I was happy with that cast. I've created an area here where I can put the weight there, and then obviously you saw it and I cast out there. So it's all learning. I'm still learning how to cast in the garden with the butt of the rod. It's going really well. In other places where I do it with a stick, it's going really well. What I need to try and make sure I do next time is I hit pull punch. That's what I got to do, because I'm going over and I'm looking down, and that's where it's going wrong. Can't believe I'm still doing that after doing so well in the garden with the casting. But you don't learn to cast. You don't learn to cast properly in 2 seconds flat, do you? I've had one lesson, which me and Tom, where was 2 of us, it did last for 3 hours. There was so much to take in. I'm doing really well. Like I say, with the butt of a rod, I'm like this, doing it really good. It's totally different though when you put a reel on and you got a weight there you're dragging. I didn't feel the compression in the rod, and I'm saying compression in the rod, where you feel as though you're dragging a bag of shopping behind you. I did on the beach with the first 2 casts. That threw me and the cast didn't go right. This one I haven't tried to do anything apart from cast it. That went dead straight, that one. The second cast went straight, the first cast went low and left. But it's going the right way. I'm happy. I'm casting this reel out further than I have cast before, and I've got the potential there as long as I keep practicing to get it further. So I can only think by next weekend, when me keep practicing in the garden, I'll move on to the next step and it'll get better. We're down there now. I'd have been panicking. I'd have been panicking before. Look, watch this. Sorry about all the moaning and groaning earlier. It must just be the fact that I've had 3 weeks off fishing and I didn't really want to be here. I had my heart set on Hillston but couldn't get down because the cliff is a sheer drop. No way you can cut your way in there. So we came here and I weren't in the right frame of mind anyhow. I think we all suffer with a bit of depression and whatever on different varying levels. Some people suffer bad. Me, I can get to a place, be moaning and groaning and don't stop, and could jack it all in, and I very nearly did. And I'll tell you why I'm still here talking to you, jarring you off. And that's, well, I ain't jarring you off. Some people will be, they'll give me a thumbs down because I ain't caught fish yet. Is I just rung Shane. Well, I was down there when I rang Shane. I had a chat with Shane and said to Shane that I could just jack it all in. I could go home quite easily and not even fish. And after having a chat with him and that be Shane, and having a laugh, put the phone down, I felt a million times better. A million times. Rain stopped and it all came together, and I'm still there fishing. I'm enjoying myself, even though there's crab city out there. I would say is when I was walking to this mark earlier on, when I was depressed, there was a ray on the beach, dead. Big ray. And it, obviously it's a shame to me because I don't like seeing that. If people were only to, I know they're awkward to get back sometimes, but then you shouldn't keep them out of the water so long. If you aren't gonna keep it to eat and dispatch it straight away, then it shouldn't be out of the water that long if you're going to return it. I know people like to weigh this and weigh that, but for God's sake, you can put 2 lines, you can lay it on the beach, can't you? Put 2 lines with your finger each side of its wings, return it and then measure it. Ain't got to be exact, has it? What does it matter if it's a centimetre too small or big? And just get it back, and then it's got more chance of getting back, ain't it? But I would say someone's returned it and they haven't made sure for definite that it's got back and it's just got washed up, because it was down this way and people tend to fish up that way, so it had just got washed up. It's a shame these things happen, but only because people don't make sure the fish goes back. You only got to walk down the beach and check it out, ain't you? But anyhow, that'll become food for something else, won't it? Probably get washed away on this tide. Anyhow, I shall bring you back in a bit. Back in a bit, whatever I say. Why I'm up the cliff. It's like the bloody sum up there. This rain ain't doing it any good. It's making the mud really slippery, and I ain't going to be casting out far at all. Still got bait on, but crabs. It's raining as well. Well, I've just said that, haven't I? Right, let's get this cast out and put you there. Good cast. Didn't put any effort into that at all. I didn't want the weight to stick into the floor, and I didn't want to slip over. It's gone out the same distance as the last cast. That's 2 good casts now. Both casts I saw the weight fly off, so I'm keeping my head up, but it's not perfect. I know it's not perfect, but then it's a bit slippery underfoot now. It's a bit of a quagmire. I had a bite on this. I think there's a fish on it. My feet are covered in mud. It's been raining for like half an hour and my boots are full of mud. It's like an ice rink. It's dangerous. bite. First bite I've had. Tapping away. Probably should have left it. Or I've got too big a hooks on. We'll get this one fired out. I can't do any more than that because it's like I'm on an ice rink, slipping all over. Well, I still did off the ground, no effort at all. I didn't slip, didn't fall over. Didn't go out as far as last time though. It really got, I cleaned my boots and then the boots just picked the mud up. So what I'm going to do is I'm putting that rig away now. I've just had a bite. Them hooks, probably big enough, but I don't know. I'm just going to stick a flapper out. Well, it's very slippery. I clean my boots and then a minute later, look at my boots. I clean my boots and then a minute, 2 minutes later they're full up again. And it's like I'm on ice. It's treacherous and I've got to get down there yet with all my gear. So I'm not looking forward to that. I would say to anybody that don't fish these marks regular, is either come here when it's high water and you fish from the cliff, or if there's been a week of good weather where there's no rain, and there's only been like a couple of hours of rain there. It started raining again now and it's not massive. It was earlier but not now. These cliffs are treacherous and I wouldn't come here and fish it if you've got to climb down. Even at Tunstall where the chap carves in the stairs, it'll still be slippery. I mean, if you come here to Cowden or whatever, or other places, you can fish off the cliff of the high water. Can at Aldborough, can here. I'm doing it now. But you need to be down there where you can fish, where the water comes in. And then you can fish over high water. I've had a couple of rattles. I've just had another rattle now on this rod, but I haven't connected with anything though, so it might happen. Look, while I'm here, look at this, Mr. Positive. While I'm here, with my line in that water, I've got a chance of catching a fish. I've had a couple of rattles. What I am doing now, What I'm doing now is I've put a 2-hook flapper on with size 2 hooks because there's got to be something out there. And here I am fishing with size 1/0, which whiting will take a 1/0, a small codlin will take a 1/0, a bass will take a 1/0. But I've gone down. I'm at size 2 now. Just want to catch something, you know. I've had 4 blanks now on video, 5 really, because we came to the time when we came to here before with, I had Tom with me. Tom caught a whiting and he was chuffed to bits. And we lost all the footage on the card. The card was faulty. Yeah, so Tom weren't pleased about that. Well, that would have been another blank for me anyhow. But so I've only ever had 2 videos, which are 2 fishing sessions that I've been to, where I've fished and I've had no footage. One, the SD card didn't work. It buggered up here at Cowden. And the other time, the camera fell in the water, and that was the end of that. The only other time where I've got a video of me fishing, I think I do some fishing. If I do, I didn't film it. I'm just moaning at the bloody riverside. So I've never put that up because I thought to myself, who's going to want to watch that? Just nothing but moaning. But hey, as long as I can get down this cliff in one piece, I'll be happy. The only problem is, because all that's gone. There was down there was a big piece of clay and it's gone. It's just totally gone. There's only that one bit there and it isn't even a rough sea. So you can imagine the damage that's done here when it's a full force 10 gale. Hillston has totally changed. It's totally changed from July and August. Absolutely unrecognisable. That's where I wanted to fish. I had my heart set on it. I've been wanting to fish Hillston all year and I haven't gone. For this reason and that reason I've not gone, and now I can't go because the platforms, last year you could get down, this year there was 2 platforms, but one of them's they're both totally gone, just totally gone. So it's just a shared drop, you can't even cut your way down. You need a bit of cliff and a bit in the middle that's okay, and then you can get down. But so we'll see what's on this rod in a bit, we'll see what happens, and then we'll chuck the flapper rod out, and then I will see if I can get down with my gear. Yeah, we'll see if I can get down with my gear and carry on fishing at the bottom, because it's a long way to come here, and for me to pack up here so I can get down the cliff safely ain't very good. So what I'll do is I'll try and figure how I'm going to get down the cliff, because I would like to carry on fishing for a bit. Well, I'm down. I've got down with my gear. I was quite amazed. I had to take my bait bag off because that obviously causes problems, because if the leg slightly moves, it goes. So I've got down, tide ain't coming anymore. I had to walk around that point there because the water's still coming up. And I shall have a couple more casts with this 2-hook flapper, and then I shall be heading off. It will be dark when I go, but give it a little extra shot. I haven't caught anything. You've had to persevere with a load of bloody moving and winding, and I've been fishing, I've had a chat with me mate, and I'm now in a better frame of mind. So all the way here I was worrying, thinking I should be working today and not fishing, but so you have that on, don't you, and things just escalate. Couldn't get down to Hillston, had to drive to Cowden, got stuck going down the cliff because I didn't want to walk the long way round, and then I had to walk down there, which has been alright. I've fished down there again, but yeah, so I'm in a better place now, and a lot more happy. So, but that still don't mean what I said is wrong about what I said at the beginning of the video about YouTube, because it is. Sometimes you get loads of subscribers and then sometimes you don't get hardly any. And you keep popping these videos out, is what I was trying to say, and you don't feel as though you really get a lot for it. So that's what your problem becomes with YouTube sometimes. Troy's mentioned it, don't really know what's the matter with Troy's channel, but he's noticed that it's been slower. So it's all different percentages in it. When you're small, you pick up a lot of subscribers, I seem to think. A lot of people say the first 1,000 is hard work, but I thought the first 1,000 flew past. But yeah, better frame of mind now. I've enjoyed myself. Should have stuck this 2 at flat road earlier. But we'll give it a go, haven't we? We'll give it a go. We're still fishing, still a chance. It's just me doing that, look. Oh, I've got a bite, look. Whoa! Ooh. Yeah, you're in the bite there. So, we're still in for a shot. We'll reel this one in, probably have another one. In fact, matey boy down there is now going. Perhaps they know something I don't. But all's good in the life of Verns sea fishing, that's the main thing. And I hope all you out there that are subscribed to me, I hope all your lives are going alright too. So, and I hope you catch more fish than me, but then that wouldn't be hard, would it? This camera is far better than the GoPro 7. On there. Right, we'll reel this in. Don't think there's anything on it. It's 2 hours after the high water. It's now 6:30, and I think I'll pack up. I've enjoyed myself. I've had some good casts. I've had some. All the casts have been wrong. None of the casts have been right. But at least I've cast off the ground. Felt what I've done wrong. just got to get it into my head, the pull punch. It's what I'm not doing. I'm still going over with my arm, going over, just like a red thumb. But I am keeping my head up higher. Things are going right. Not knocking myself. It takes time, doesn't it? You don't be able to cast reasonable overnight. And this is now my second time casting with the rod. So. Well, I've still got bait on the bottom hook, but none on the top. I changed rigs and went to a size 2 hook, Aberdeen hook, match hook in fact they are. No joy. There was possibly 4 other people fishing down there, and I never saw them pull a fish out. Been one of them times when I spoke to Shane, they were catching down at Easington and Dimlington, but Shane told me that they didn't seem to be catching much on the middle beaches. I guess Cowden's a middle beach, and true to form I am for. If they aren't pulling the fish and they aren't there, then they aren't there. I've been casting out further than I've ever casted before, even though it's not going right, so that there's potential for me to cast a lot further. So I'm really happy about that. I'm not happy that I've now got lower backache again, but hopefully that'll go away by tomorrow. I'm going to pack all my gear up, and the next time you see me, I think I might be on the river, or I'll be fishing with Shane and Scott. Hopefully I'll be more up for it. I feel as though at the end of this I've enjoyed the fishing trip today, even though it has been virtually non-stop rain. Trousers are wet, I'm covered in mud, but it's been good. I've had a bait in the water, so there's been a chance of me catching a fish. The main thing is I've been casting again, and I thought this morning when I was practicing my cast that it would go perfect and I'd just be going boom like this all the time, but I aren't. I'm still going like that, but I am looking higher, I am seeing the weight, it goes straight 90% of the time, so things are going the right way. This is the end of Verns fishing at Cowden on the 18th of October 2021 with no fish, so I'm sorry about that. Thanks to all my subscribers, you mean the world, you're a great bunch, and you give me some good booze. What more can I ask? Apart from those that aren't subscribed, if you could subscribe, that'd be great. And I'll see you in the next one. It will either be on the beach with Shane and Scott, or I'll be at the river. But it's that time of year now, I could go to the river, struggle getting the bait, or go to the beach and this happens. So it's just seeing so many cod coming out on the coast, you think to yourself, well, I'll go and I'll catch a small cod, does it matter? might catch a big one, but I mean, if you catch a small one, that's good. But it hasn't happened. So hopefully it'll happen the next trip, and I'll see you then. River or on the beach. So I'll see you later. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one. I ain't ripped my chalkboard because I've just got here and it started bloody raining, hasn't it? So, you know me, I don't like fishing in the rain, but there you go. So anyhow, start the video, Tom. Got to be joyful now.